In this presentation, we will discover the northwestern frontier and federally administered tribal areas of Pakistan known as the Wild West. We will also look at who influences this region and what tribal groups are involved. While listening to this presentation, it is important to realize that since Pakistan has only been a nation for 70 plus years, it is difficult for them to control certain areas of their country. This is one of the following areas that has been more difficult to control. I invite you to think of how the rest of Pakistan is influenced by the Wild West. I also invite you to watch the videos of additional resources after the slideshow in order to further understand the importance of the northwestern frontier in FEDA, or the Wild West in Pakistan. Who controls it? The Taliban has most control of the Wild West in Pakistan. Part of their influence stretches all the way from South Waziristan to the northern city of Bujar in the tribal areas. Northwestern Pakistan shares a border with the federally administered tribal areas. Others who have shown influence in the area include illegal weapons and drug dealers, and it has been said by reporters that have been to the Wild West of Pakistan that it is very common to see gun shops everywhere in this region, with weapons of all sizes and magnitude of destruction. Opium also plays a big part in the Wild West. There have been many drug addictions to opium, and many people become homeless because of this, and it destroys their lives, and they too become part of the chaos of the Wild West. Traditionally, the Taliban has recruited Pashtuns, but as we know from reading the book Malala, not all of Pashtuns are terrorists. More recently, they have begun to recruit ethnic Tajiks from Badashan, Afghanistan, and Turkmen and Uzbeks from the Faryab province of Afghanistan. In the 1990s, the Pashtuns made up the majority of the Taliban. Today, more than a quarter of the Taliban is non-Pashtun. This shows how their influence has swept across the northwestern frontier and FEDA. The federally administered tribal areas are also a large part. They make up about a dozen of the tribes in the area. The why seems to be control. I have guessed that their goal is to control as much area of the Wild West as possible. From an article back in 2008, like the Wild West plus Al-Qaeda by Nicholas Schmidl, he describes accurately the presence of the Taliban. In a city named Dara, he says, quote, Taliban-inspired gangs have run out, drug dealers, bombed TV and CD shops, and closed girls' schools. In January of 2008, jihadists carjacked 5 military supply trucks loaded with weapons and ammunition and kidnapped more than 50 Pakistani military troops on a stretch of highway near the town. Close quote. In conclusion, you can see that there are several groups in the Wild West. The one who seems to control the majority of it is the Taliban. Their influence can be seen in FEDA, or the federally administered tribal areas, as well as the northwestern region. Illegal weapons have also led to much conflict in the area. This has allowed for several rebel groups to show their alliance towards the Taliban, as we read in the slide before. Although the Wild West seems like a mess right now, it is important to become aware of the world and its cultures that exist today, so that we can fix the problems of the future.